there is this era of the first sight love.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a deception.
If you are in a toxic relationship, you will know it, or will
If you allow yourself as a young lady, for example, okay, to start living with a man before marriage, I guarantee you they will not marry you because you are not a wife material.
In this episode, I introduce you to my first relationships teacher.
Because even the dogs, we have different versions of dogs. We have Chihuahua, we have German Shepherd, we have what and all those things.
Whether you have been with your partner for 10 years or 2 weeks, it's worth your time to occasionally reevaluate the health of your relationship and figure out any misconduct in it or any red flag in it.
You see, you can lie, but your brain has no capacity to remember every lie, especially lies.
My guest for today, Rev James Bidii, is a seasoned man of God with his knowledge on relationships and marriages being what you want to hear.
You have heard this saying that all men are dogs.
Yeah.
You have heard that?
Yeah.
Do you know that statement is wrong? It's not true.
If you're wondering how to tell if a relationship is the right one or not, then you're not far, because it can be really difficult to judge a relationship when you don't fully
material. The thinking in the head of a man is, if she can give it to me before marriage, what will stop her from giving to someone else?
Hello guys, and welcome back. Now, due to public demand, you had told me that I need to invite my pastor. We talk about relationships and dating and red flags in relationship. When should one walk away when something is toxic? But most of us just stay there, with the hope that one day someone will change. So welcome to today's conversation. My name is Mwavali Derrick. This is the King's Lounge. And my guest for today's episode is Rev James Bidii of BWM Kilifi. And welcome to the conversation today. Now, do we get to choose whom to marry, or it is natural? They usually say God has planned each and everything in life for you. When you meet someone, it's because it was already planned that you meet that person. So is it natural, or we get to choose?
First of all, allow me to introduce myself. Okay?
Yeah.
Of course, as you have heard, Rev James Bidii, and I am the lead pastor, the BWM, the Bible Way Ministries, Kilifi. I am so delighted to be a part of this conversation today.
Thank you.
And I believe that I will be able also to learn a few things, as well as be able to share from my experience.
Yeah.
By the way, from the start, I've been married for same wife for 23 years. So I guess
2 decades are gone.
Oh yes. So I guess I have a small experience to be able to share. I've gathered also wisdom with time, and I hope I can be able also to say a few things that can be helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you have been married for 23 years.
Yes.
Did you get to choose it, or you believe it was just natural?
Well, there is that deception that you have no choice.
Yeah.
But that will be a big lie. Because when God created us, He gave us a free will so that we can be able to exercise our own volition, all right?
Yeah.
Responsibly though. So you have a will, you have a choice to make, especially when it comes to choosing a life mate. You've got to choose, my friend. Okay?
Yeah.
You pray that God leads you, but you've got to literally choose. Okay?
Yeah.
Because there are the issues of beauty, which is in the eyes of the beholder. So you must actually love the thing that you want to spend the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So you have to choose. There is the likes, dislikes, personal preferences. They are all included in the process. So you don't just sleep and imagine that a woman will fall from heaven and that's your wife, God given.
When choosing someone,
Yes.
we usually meet people with their character traits.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes someone may act differently because he or she wants to get someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like you camouflage to win someone.
Yes.
And most young people do that.
Yes.
You see a beautiful lady, you want to get that lady, so you change. So they come with the question, by the way, which kind of man can you engage with, or which kind of
Mm-hmm.
So once you are now in the relationship, 2 months or 3 months, you realize, hey, this guy is not the person that I wanted. Then you now try to change the person. Why do most people now after marriage, or even while now in the relationships, try to change these people to fit the people that they really want?
Okay. You see, there is this era of the first sight love.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a deception. True relationships take time. All right, they are built over time.
So you're trying to mean great friendships can make great relationships?
Absolutely, yes. If you marry somebody that you well know, okay. In fact, this is how I was oriented. That it's better to marry somebody that you have even grown together, probably even in the same church, you have served together when you had zero interest for each other. Okay, that means everybody will be themselves because there is no interest, you know.
Yeah.
So you will be able to understand people better who really they are. Okay?
Yeah.
But when you meet a lady for the first time and you're attracted by their beauty, then you approach them. Automatically, everybody tends to protect themselves,
Yeah.
only to show you probably what you want to see, tell you what they want you to hear. Okay?
Yeah.
But hide everything else. People begin to open up now as you relate together slowly, and that takes time. The problem is the urgency, that you just want to be like so and so because all my friends, they have a girlfriend, so I also want to have a girlfriend.
So for how long can you advocate that, okay, people come to you and they want to get married?
Yes.
What duration of time will you tell someone that, okay, you can now enter into courtship? Is there a certain duration of time that you can say, let's have this friendship or whatever people call it for this number of months, so that by this number of months, at least you have a clue of the person you want to live with?
Okay, many people that come to me, they do not come here to tell me that they really want to start relationships. Okay?
Yeah.
They come here with already friends. That, pastor, I have this lady that we have been in relationship and now we are thinking of getting married. That's the point. That's where they come at that point. Then my question is,
Yes.
for how long have you known this person? That's very important. Okay? For how long have you known this person? There are some people who have come here and told me, a month. I knew this guy about a month ago. Okay? So when do you want to get married? We want to get married in April. As a responsible pastor and a father, I will simply tell you, no. And that is always my advice. I normally give them a test. There's a small test that we do with them just to know how well they know each other. Okay? If you score less than 50, actually if your score is 50 and below,
The red flag.
I will not proceed with you because I know the danger if you proceed. And I can tell you examples of people that did not take my counsel and everything ended in disaster, in terrible pain. I don't want to go there. But the point is, I will tell you, okay, thank you very much. Congratulations for actually finding somebody that you love. Okay? I congratulate you for that because it's a big achievement. But I would advise you, take some time now, get to know each other. So you just go, just get to know each other. Get to know where this person is coming from. Okay?
Yeah.
Who are his friends or her friends? Okay?
Yeah.
You know, get to know so many of those things. Because some people live in towns and we come from the village. And some actually have wives and children in the village. Okay?
Yeah.
But they come here in town, they're in church, you know, then they present themselves as single. But when you get to know his friends, where is he coming from? There is information that you will get that these people cannot give you. So if you are patient enough, time always helps. That's why we insist, take time first. Get to know this person. Get to know his sisters, her brothers, parents, all these people. Get to know them. You will actually be shocked. A lady, let me give you an example. I'm sorry for giving this one. They came to church, to our church, and they came as a couple already. And they told me they were newly married. Okay?
Yeah.
So let me cut this long story very short. Apparently, the lady did not take time completely to get to know this young man. But apparently this young man was gay. So this marriage was arranged just to cover up this guy who is a gay. And the lady had zero knowledge about this because she did not take time to know. One of the sister-in-laws was against this marriage. And the brother was telling this lady, I don't want to see you talking to my sister. I don't like my sister. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to her completely.
Because the sister knows the truth.
Because the sister knows the truth and is not she's not approving of it. So had this young lady taken time to get to know the relatives, she would have known this before entering into this mess. As I speak, of course, they divorced. They divorced. The man was married by another man in Germany. And the story, you know, everything is history now.
Many young people in campus usually do this. Okay, I think the government legalized it. The come we stay thing. So they usually say, we are living together, we get to know each other with time, 4 years in campus, then after that now, we can now get into real marriage.
Now, that's a deception of the devil. I am a man. And I know men are the most selfish creatures and sometimes very cunning when it comes to sexual matters. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm saying they are selfish in this sense. You will hear every man saying he's looking for a wife material. Okay? Yeah. They are looking for a wife material. If you allow yourself as a young lady, for example, okay, to start living with a man before marriage, I guarantee you they will not marry you because you are not a wife material. The thinking in the head of a man is, if she can give it to me before marriage, what will stop her from giving to someone else if things are not working here? So count yourself already out. You will be left with your child. So the idea of come we stay before marriage is a devilish idea and a trap that has destroyed so many young people in the process.
There is this book I was reading on relationships and dating, where they have outlined 4 stages in a relationship. There is the acquaintance stage, where you get to know the person. There is the close friendship. There is normal, close, then intimacy. So I was talking to a friend, and a friend was telling me that why go through all these stages? And yet maybe in this long run, this person may still just camouflage and not bring out the real character traits.
let me tell you something for sure. Human beings have the ability to hide their true self. Okay?
Yeah.
But time. You see, you can lie, but your brain has no capacity to remember every lie, especially lies. The brain has no capacity to remember that the other day you told me this thing. Okay?
Yeah.
So today you lie this way, but tomorrow you will not remember that you lied about that very thing. So time will always expose lies. That's why we say, please give your courtship time, because time has a way of revealing things. So time is key, but people have the capacity to lie, but time will always expose them, because they will tell you something today here, tomorrow they will forget that they told you that thing, and they will tell you something totally different. Then when you ask them, they start finding a way. Oh, then you get to know that's a red
flag.
Red flag. If they can lie about something, they will lie tomorrow, even about a bigger thing. If they can lie about a small thing, they can lie, about a bigger thing tomorrow. So that is a red flag. If need be, run.
Now, there is the aspect of attention, whereby you are in a relationship and you are like, my husband or my wife is not giving me the attention I need. And now there is the aspect that he's giving me too much attention. That you feel like, does this man or does this lady lack anything else to do? How do you explain this feeling? And it actually, I have friends and also my relative whom this thing broke the marriage, because she was like, oh, my husband does not give me the attention I want. Oh, my husband is usually busy. And when you talk to the husband, he's like, my work requires me to travel a lot, so I'm not available. But she knows that, and she agreed to this when I was getting married. And this usually affects people in the military. How can they go about such a thing, especially the ladies now?
Okay, without going to the military, because I don't have much experience in the military, but I want to speak on a general, a general point, on a general note. The issue of attention, giving, blah, blah, and all those things. Number one, people don't, human beings, we don't do things from the blues. Okay? Our behaviors have a history, have a foundation. People behave the way they behave because of a certain history or a certain foundation. Okay? It's when you see someone is irritable all the time, even when there is nothing wrong, or they are always defensive, even when there is nothing to be defensive about. Okay? The problem is not what they are saying. The problem lies deep inside of them. There could be a hurt. Maybe they were hurt before, or they were abused before, or they were betrayed before. You have heard this saying that all men are dogs. You have heard that? Do you know that statement is wrong? It's not true. Because even the dogs, we have different versions of dogs. We have Chihuahua, we have German Shepherd, we have Sijui what, and all those things. So that kind of a statement of generalization, it shows you there is a deeper problem in that person than that statement. So if you take that statement from face value, you may not understand truly what is happening. And many relationships, actually, they get ruined because people just take the words that are spoken. You need to go beyond those words to the very heart, because that person could actually be struggling, having some internal conflicts with themselves, and they need help. There are some people that they were raised by single parents. The father was not there. Okay? So they have lived with a vacuum, longing for a father figure in their life. So the problem comes when they get married. or when they are actually relating with a male figure, they see that male figure as a father instead of a husband. So they may start demanding what this guy cannot give. This guy married a wife, not a daughter. So the conflict comes there because you don't understand why this person is behaving like that. So you need to go beyond. That's why I'm telling you, it is good to take time to start relating, because you'll get to see these things and possibly resolve them. If they cannot be resolved, then you better don't enter there. It is better to break an engagement than to break a marriage. The pain, the distraction that comes with it is huge. So sometimes, what I would say, see beyond the words. See beyond the behaviors of people. Okay? See beyond that and really get to the core of the problem. Some people are suffering from abuse. They were abused a long time ago. So they are so sensitive, so that they are not abused. Now, in the process, they become over-reactive. Then it brings a lot of problems.
Now, in a relationship, when should one start communicating about his or her needs to the partner?
Well, their communication is one of the greatest ingredients in a successful happy marriage. Actually, communication ranks the highest.
Okay.
And there is good communication and there is bad communication. Now, there are levels of communication. There are actual levels of communication that runs from top going down to the very core. Okay? And you will notice the first level is where we just talk. We have met. We talk using signs. Maybe I look at you. When you turn to look at me, I look the other side. That's a communication. Okay? That shows. And then when I turn away, unajifanya, you are looking at something else. That's the first level of communication. We communicate without words. Okay? And if we talk, maybe my name is so-and-so, and your name is so-and-so, that's it. Then no more words. But you can see these people with their eyes, their facial expression, they are interested in you. Okay? Then you get to come close, blah, blah, blah. Then you move to the next level of communication. This is where you just talk about issues that are happening, like talk about the news. You talk about the finance bill, things that do not directly involve you, the two of you. But you're just enjoying a good conversation about football. All right? About the church service. Okay? About how the worship was. Okay? That is safe. Everybody is safe. Everybody keeps everything to themselves. But you just talk about issues, current affairs. All right? Then you move down to another level where we begin to discuss about ideas. Okay? Some of the ideas that you have, you can begin to speak. Like, I have a business idea. I wanted to do this. What do you think? Okay? The other person also gives input. Okay? That's another level. But there's another level, a third level, I think fourth. Fourth. Where we begin to talk about issues that relate to our relationships. Okay? Likes and dislikes. Okay? Things that hurt somehow. Some kind of that thing. Okay? We talk about things that concern us. Okay? Yes, things that really concern us. Our dreams. Our aspirations. Okay? Our aspirations. So we get to understand this person, where his dream, his life, what is his plan in life. You understand? But the final level I want to talk about is about now our feelings. How I feel now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say something like that, this is how it does to me. Okay.
Yeah.
We even talk about our past pain, our secrets, because at this level you trust each other and you are safe. You can say anything and the other person will be able even to protect you. This is the level tunasema naked but unashamed. Okay, you become completely vulnerable to the other person. Okay. Now I want to point something. In these levels of communication, if something doesn't happen in one level, then the other person tend to close up. They close. Then they cannot be able to move to the next level of communication. So you're just playing superficial. But if there is openness, there is understanding, it keeps on going. Keeps on going. Yeah. But then ikifika the 50 level where naked and unashamed, where everybody can be able to open up. But if there is no care, okay, that is given, if there is no understanding, when you start judging me because of what I told you, something happens. Communication begins to fail. So we are moving back again
to square one.
To square one. That is where you find a couple, they are living together, but there is no meaningful communication. Yes. They have gone back to square one, mahali pa kuongea na science. Kwambia sisi tuko tu hapa tukulea watoto.
Now, so each stage in a communication builds the more interest. Now, at what stage should one go for a dinner date? Nisikia ukiambia watu waende date.
Actually, even at the acquaintance stages, when you are, because it is important to go for a date in a public place. Okay?
Yeah.
In a public place, go take a cup of tea, talk. Yeah, talk the ideas. Yeah, just talk the ideas. For example, those dates are also important because there are certain things that you can see at that point and see a red flag that I cannot proceed with this one. Okay.
Yeah.
I took a lady for a date long time ago when we were relating. I was trying to struggle. I was still. So I took this young lady for a date and I bought her something to eat. And it was simple, ugali and stew, meat, whatever. Okay? But the way she ate just made me just say,
no,
I can't proceed. That's all. So you are with someone is eating and you know, some of these things they irritate. And some things they have been acquired. Some habits actually have been acquired over
time,
many years. So to change them becomes very difficult. So if you are willing to live with that, then proceed. But don't say, after you marry, I will change him. Nobody has the capacity to change anyone. And that's the deception. Many people find themselves in that dilemma. That once we get married, I will change him or I will change her. You are in for a surprise. You cannot change a human being. Some of these things are temperamental. They are temperamental.
Yeah.
You can't change a temperament of a person. Okay?
Yeah.
So if they eat with him and the food is running down here, if you can't live with that,
just run away.
Just leave it. Honestly speaking, because those are the very small things that ruin marriages. You know?
Yeah. I was, is age a red flag? Whereby, for me when I was when I was a child, I was being told that if you are in campus, for instance, you're in 4th year, your wife is in Form 2. Then, I think the same thing that was implanted in us is affecting ladies in campus, whereby you are in high school, you're in Form 2, then you're told, your boyfriend right now is in 3rd year or 4th year, and you're in Form 2. So by the time you are in campus, he's already out. And I've been interacting with certain girls from Pwani where I am, and they tell me, you know, the reason why I have ambabas is because mimi mama aliniambia mimi siwezi date mtu tuko naye same age, same level. No, nafaa ni date mtu mwenye ni older than me. Then if you now check also the society now, it has done that elderly women now, and a lady is 32, but she's dating a 26-year-old.
Those are deficiencies, let me put them that way. And some of this traditional information that we are giving, sometimes it's not correct. Okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not correct. Age is truly a factor in marriage.
Yeah.
In the sense that you see ladies, they mature faster than men.
Yeah.
Okay? So they mature faster. So imagine if you marry a lady whom you are of the same age. Okay?
Yeah.
When you are still very young and handsome, they will start degenerating. Okay?
Yeah.
They start losing even interest in sexual desires. All right?
Yeah.
And then problems begins.
Yeah.
Yes. Then problem begins. So that's why some of these things scientifically, they're like that. If you go to the US, for example, they marry at a very early age. Some at 16,
Yeah.
they get married. Then they enjoy life at that hype. And then the moment the lady will start diving down, the guy divorce. And he goes for another one who can give him some thrills. So age, not like between 5 years. No, I'm not talking about those very small years.
Yeah.
I'm talking about huge years. You know, sometimes unakuta a man is marrying a woman who is 10 years older than them. Okay?
Yeah.
Most likely, there will be challenges. Most likely, there will actually be challenges along the way.
So what is that age bracket you can advise young men and women that this age bracket number you can engage in a relationship?
Actually, for ladies actually, to get married,
Yeah.
the early the better. The early, the better. Yeah?
Yes.
24, at least 24, a lady should be married. At the age of 24, they should be married and start having children. If possible, immediately. And then, because bearing children takes a lot from a woman, right?
Yeah.
From all the changes, hormonal changes, and all the burdens of all those things, and the pain of labor pain until giving birth to a person, it takes a lot from a woman. So when they give birth, when they are still at their best, okay, then they are done with childbirth. Then they concentrate on their beauty. And they continue to look very attractive to their husbands.
Now, there are careers in life, and each and every person has his or her own career.
Yes.
These are questions specifically from someone. That are certain careers a red flag? For instance, someone is an actor, and acting, some are given intimate scenes to act, and you have to act because it's a film. Music, musicians. Now, there is another industry, modeling now, where you'll dress from official dressing now to
Scant.
Yeah. So someone said, kindly ask, Pastor, are certain careers red flags?
No. There is no red flag in any career. It's not a red flag in itself. Okay?
Yeah.
If you love someone, okay?
Yes.
If you have loved a model, okay? You've loved a model. So, love her na pembe zake kama ni ndovu, mpende na pembe zake. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. But it will be a problem if you married someone else and then along the way they metamorphosis to be a model. Now that's where the challenge will be.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But if from the very go you love the musician, okay? You had made up your mind that you love a musician with all that comes along with a musician.
Yeah.
If you love a nurse, for example, okay,
Yeah.
be prepared for lonely nights when she will not be there. Okay?
Yeah.
And when she comes in the morning, you're also going to work. So be prepared. There will be some challenges there. So you have to make up your mind right from the beginning whether that is really what you want. Okay?
Yeah.
If you're a nurse, I would advocate you marry a fellow nurse there, because you understand each other in that schedule.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you are coming from a different discipline or profession, and then you marry a nurse without really understanding what a nurse goes through. Sometimes they have 2 weeks night shifts. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also work in the field, for example. So early in the morning you go to the field. When you come in the evening,
She goes to work.
she has gone to work. She has gone to work. Not she's going. She has gone to work. So honestly speaking, there has to be. That's why time is of essence, to understand each other before you engage.
Sure.
Okay, but there is no profession in itself that is a red flag unless somebody is a prostitute. Even if you love a prostitute, I know somebody who fell in love with a prostitute, and they got married, and she removed her from that profession, and they're actually happily married with children.
Oh.
Yes. So there is no profession that is a red flag in itself.
Now,
Even those people that do commercial sex, if you follow them and talk to them, I have had a privileged talk to some. They don't love what they are doing. Honestly, they don't. It is circumstances, situations that have put them there. If they are given a decent alternative, they will quickly run away from it. So let's stop condemning people based on what you see. Yeah.
I know you have some red flags that you have picked across along the time that you want to share with us. Before you give us those red flags, there is this one last thing. Yeah? You have you have a spouse, or even you're in a relationship, but the person you're in a relationship with is in conversation with the ex. Is it a red flag?
Alright, it is a big one in that.
What of those who are co-parenting? Let's say you have married someone who had a child with someone else, then now the father to that child or the mother to that child, they are doing co-parenting in that scenario now.
Yes. When you entered into that relationship, you are already aware of that. Unless you are not. If you are not, then that's a total mess. Okay?
Yeah.
But if you are aware, this lady has a child with another man, okay, and that other guy is supporting this child, then automatically there will be conversation, okay?
Yeah.
Because the child cannot be denied the fact that that is his father. Whether you like it or not, you cannot erase that fact. And you enter the new entrance man, you can never be the father. You can be a foster father, but not the father of that particular child, okay?
Yeah.
And so, if you are entering into a relationship of that kind, you better be prepared already. Okay?
Yeah.
And then you set the grounds of engagement, set the rules of engagement, to what extent these people can engage.
Okay.
It's important to set those boundaries. If you don't set those boundaries, because let me tell you the truth, when you bring two people together, there will always be friction. Always. Always there will be friction. Even in the best and the perfect of marriages, there are conflicts. And conflicts are not necessarily bad. They're actually good, very good indeed. Because it is through conflicts that some of the dark areas of our lives are exposed. And then they generate a communication. So conflicts help us to deepen our communication, learn forgiveness, and move ahead. So conflicts are not bad. They are very good. They help us to see exactly who we are, sometimes to see how selfish we are. Then we ask for forgiveness. We hug each other, pray with one another, move to the next level. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you are entering into that kind of a relationship with somebody who has a baby and the father is still there supporting, there has to be rules. Where even before you say, I do, the rules of engagement with that other part. Because sometimes when it is hot here, they may tend to
find a shoulder to lean on the other
side. And that will be chaotic.
Now, you have cancelled people into marriage. You have cancelled people who are in marriage. You have cancelled people who are in relationships. What are some of the, I can say drastic, those red flags that, okay, sometimes we see them, but we ignore them.
Yes.
You're like,
at your own peril.
Yeah, he can change or she can change, but literally, you know that these cannot change. What are now these that you have picked while interacting with these people?
Let me give you one. There are several.
Okay.
One of them is lies. Lies. Okay.
Yeah.
You are in a relationship with someone who is not even your wife or husband. Okay. Yeah. But they keep on lying about something. Okay. They keep on lying about something. And then when you confront them, they go around circles and then they say, okay, I will not do it again, or blah, blah. But they keep on doing it. Just run. Because that actually shows you a bigger thing. If they cannot respect you today while you are relating, by telling you the truth, they will lie to you big time when you now get married. So don't say, I will change him. Actual potholes, they don't get better with time. They become worse. Okay?
Yes.
So that person will become worse in the future. So if you can, just run. You understand?
Yeah.
We had one young man here. That guy was like a professional liar for absolutely zero reason. He would go to the beach, all right, and take a picture with someone's boat. Okay?
Yeah.
And then he says, see what the Lord has done. This has been my dream. Since childhood. And then girls would go crazy. They want to ride with that boat. And then the guy has no boat. Another one. We had a function here in church a long time ago when the church was still small. So we did a function in my house. And the church came there and we had a good function. We ate together. And then there was this young man who asked me, Pastor, today is my birthday. Can I share a cake here? He said, yes, no problem. Yeah, it will add flavor to our function as a family. Then the guy did his birthday, pictures were taken there. He asked people literally to pour him water and then they take pictures. And then he texts them now on Facebook. He said, look at my birthday. Yet the whole of the crowd came for his birthday. He was actually in a relationship with a lady in the church. When the lady saw that, she ran. Because the lady was in that birthday. It was not his birthday. He's not the one who gathered that people. They had gathered there for a total different function. And then he requested that we share a cake for his birthday. And then it became like that was his birthday. He's the one who organized the birthday. That's a lie. And I'm telling you that person will keep on lying and lying big. Okay? That day he even asked me for my car so that he can go and pick the cake. And then he went and hid it somewhere. And then he came and just hid it somewhere. Then when I confronted him, he was saying, no, I'm not the one. But when I pushed him later on, then he agreed. So if that person, you continue that person, he will go and sleep with another woman and he will lie about it. Or she will lie about it. Okay?
Yeah.
So run. That is one. The other one is time. Time.
Time is a love language.
When we agree that we are meeting at this particular time, okay?
Yeah.
And day one, they came late. Okay? They gave an excuse. Traffic. And actually, where they are coming from, they are not traffic. Day two, late again. 3, late again. Run. That person will make you poor. They say time is money. Those wise people that say that, they did not just say that from the blues. Trust me. If you don't respect time, then you are not ready for anything.
Okay.
Even God will not honor you for that. Okay?
Yeah.
The bombshell is this one. Another bombshell of a red flag is when a young man or a lady wants sex before marriage. Trust me, that is a red flag. And it tells you that person that has no respect for you and that relationship. Okay? They just want to satisfy their fleshly desire. They are actually using you as an object to satisfy their desires. But they will dump you. And if they don't dump you, okay, they will be cheating on you throughout. They'll be cheating on you. So that is a very clear red flag. And simple run. Just call it quit. The other thing is respect. The way someone who claims to be in love with you and the way they use their words, the way they speak to you. Okay? The way they speak to you. Okay? The way they, they respond to either your opinions. When you see somebody, whenever you give your opinion, they always have to correct it. Whenever you give your opinion, it is always not refined. They have to
make an adjustment.
Those people don't respect you. And when you get married, believe me, you will suffer. There has to be mutual respect. Even the way we talk to each other. Even when I am wrong, there is a way you talk to me about a matter. But when someone says, you, if they can point a finger to you, and you are not yet married, Waswahili walisema, akumulikaye mchana, usiku atakuchoma.
Okay, I think 4 major red flags: lies, time, sex before marriage, and respect. Kwanza aspect ya respect, I had not gotten it. Sikuwa nimejua, there are people who call themselves geniuses, and even sometimes you may bow down to that. Okay, I might have an idea, but maybe haiko. So you are like, I want to tell you something, but I don't know how you'll see it, but you can refine it so that it. And now I think I know it's a red flag. Now, one last question before, 2 more before we go. Why do most people divorce in this generation?
That's a tricky question. Because number one, every marriage is unique.
Okay.
And every marriage has its own unique challenges. So you cannot really generalize and say, this is the reason why many people divorce, unless maybe you conduct a research and you'll find various things. Okay. But from a general view, one of the major contribution of divorce is poor communication. Poor communication. And remember, I told you that is the most important thing in any relationship. Communication. If communication dies, everything dies. Okay? You can even be communicating, but you are not communicating. You can be saying like, I love you, I love you. So it's a good thing, but the way it is being said, it sends a total different message. So poor communication is one of the major contributors, but there are 2 more. Finances. Finances also play a very critical role contributing to the divorce. Okay? And finally, let me say sex. Sex. You see, sex is like a basic need in a relationship. It's not like it is actually a basic need in a relationship. Though mnaambiwa basic needs is food, water, and shelter, but sex is a basic need. Okay, in the order of hierarchy. Okay,
Yeah.
for a man and a woman, you know, they are different.
Yes.
Man and male are different, totally different wired. Even their brain, the way their brain is constructed is different. For a man, the number one reason why they are entering into marriage is sex. That's to a man, to the mind of a man. Regardless how filled they are with the Holy Spirit or not, the need is the same. Okay?
Yeah.
And if a man is deprived of sex in marriage, then many things suffers. They cannot offer affection. Which affection is the number one need of a woman. Of a woman.
Okay.
Yes. That's the order. Man is sex, woman actually is affection. Now, when a woman is given the affection, you know, to be treated in a manner that she feels important and loved, they can give all the sex in the world. Okay?
Yeah.
But if they are not shown that, sex becomes one of the most displeasuring thing to do. I'm talking within a context of marriage. The context of marriage. And then sex to a woman does not even come number 2 or number 3. It comes number 4.
So it's 23.
No, 2 and 3 for the woman is security. Security. That's why a woman will ask a man, what is your plan for this family? Where is this family headed? Where are we going? You know, that's very important to a woman. It gives them the sense of stability, you know.
Yeah.
Women want that security to know that this thing is permanent. There is a future in this. Okay. So a man, even if you don't have money, resources right now, you need to have a plan. Present that plan to your wife. This is where I want us to go. The only limitation right now is not that we don't have enough resources to implement this. But I'm working if I could start small. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a woman will stick to you because of the plan, not because you have all the money. Okay. There are people who are left with some inheritance, but they have no plan. They will lose all the money. And then the third thing is children for a woman. To have children is the greatest need in marriage because it gives them it in our ondolea aibu according to them. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, no ondolea aibu.
I think now I've understood why.
The second thing for men is investments, properties.
So these things are different.
Yes. So there has to be proper communication and understanding each other to be able actually to navigate through successfully. To navigate successfully, we must be on the same page.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
For example, the issue of finances. I've discovered there are many women. Now, there's this concept that ladies say, his money is our money.
Yeah.
But my money is my money. That's a marriage breaker already. That's a marriage breaker. That thinking in itself is a marriage breaker. So if you are entering into a relationship with that notion, you are not ready to build a marriage. You are not ready to build a marriage. Because the day you say, I do, you are saying, your people will be my people, your God will be my God, your monies will be my monies, wherever you go, I am coming, whatever I have is yours, whatever you have is mine, and you become one flesh. So as one flesh, then, you are one person. You should think as one person. You should plan as one person. No money secrets. No secret accounts. We need to be as open as possible.
Yeah.
So that all of us know where our money is going. Okay.
Yeah.
If your wife does not know how much you earn, Okay? You are most likely to be tempted to misuse money by sometimes buying lunch to girls that do not deserve. But if your wife knows, okay, and we have budgeted for the money, and everybody has been given their pocket money from the same treasury, and we have allocated money for saving and to do this and that and that, then everybody has their own pocket money. If you spend your pocket money in a day, thank you. It's up to you. That's your money. So nobody will suspect anyone for anything. If we don't have money, we all know that we don't have money. So no demands, no pressures. But if I don't know, I'll always put pressure. I'll always put pressure. So that goes boiled down again to communication. Yes.
So communication is the most essential thing in any relationship.
Did you know even sex requires communication? And a serious one. You don't just wake up like a chicken or a wild animal and just climb on the woman and start having sex. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You see, men, we are affected by what we see. Okay? You can just see a woman and already you're ready for action. But women don't operate like that. They don't respond through what they see, but through a touch of kindness. Show a woman some kindness and talk to them nicely. And if you're not careful, you're in danger. Trust me. You are in danger. That's why you can see a woman, a very beautiful woman, married to an ugly man. Until you wonder, honestly, ni kitu gani amefuata pale? Affection. Affection. That tenderness. You know, it seems that he understands me. Yes, he understands me. Hiyo tu mwanamke akikwambia huyu jamani ananielewa. Well, if it's not your wife, run, my friend.
So Alenya anasemanga, he understands. Those are not the affection. People give affection are the ones who are called gentlemen.
Well, if a lady calls you a gentleman, my friend, be very careful. Trust me.
Why?
Because ladies are affected by that. And then on the other hand, men are affected by submissive women. Women of quiet spirit. Women that are respectful. Hey, that is something a man cannot resist. Because the most of the complaints that I hear from men is that it's like we are two men in the house. Okay?
Yeah.
That means there are two centers of commands in the house. Now, there is nothing irritating to a man, like saying something to his wife and then they don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They argue about it and end up not doing it. It repels a man. See, men were natural born leaders. And their leadership is not voted for, it is given by God. And that is how they are. So basically, that is how they are to lead. So even if a man has nothing, okay, they still deserve respect. They deserve to be respected. Okay?
Yes.
You still deserve to show them give them their honor. Because God's blessing comes in that. Okay?
Yeah.
To honor them and show them respect. And if a woman actually shows a woman respect and honor, a man will go out of his way, even do some very dirty jobs to just make money to come and share with this respectful woman. Okay?
But akikuwa kiburi anaachwa.
Akikuwa kiburi hata kama jamaa ako nazo nyingi. Kwani ni mara ngapi wanaume bwana wamewekwa majengo Mombasa kule na wanawake ambao hata hawakwenda shule. Na mtu anatoka Nyali kwa nyumba la kifahari huko anaenda anaingia one bedroom tu nani hapo na anatulizwa hapo na mwanamke mnyenyekevu anaitwa Fatuma.
Hey, and up to that point, I want to say thank you. And as we go, what are okay? Everyone lives to tell a story, and one day everything will be vanished. So, what are the 3 truths you leave the world with?
Honest. Okay. In this life, always speak the truth, even when it hurts. It is more liberating, okay, when you speak the truth than hiding the truth in relationships.
Okay.
Number 1, truth. Number 2, respect. Respect to whoever. Show respect even to those that are way below you. That's a principle of life. Okay. Respect people even as you go up, because you might actually see them as you come down. So show respect. In other words, actually, don't destroy the heart that you found in the desert and you spend the night there. And then in the morning when you leave, don't destroy it. Waswahili wanasema usikunye pale ndani. Because on your way, you may actually need it. Okay?
Yeah.
And then, finally, kabisa, hustle. Diligent. Work hard in everything you do. Just work hard and do your best. Okay?
Yeah.
The best that you can do without actually even expecting anything in return.
Nature will automatically
you
bless
will be blessed. That is a law of life.
Wow. And today I've given you, in your docket of wisdom, I've added you 3 more. It has been a great pleasure having you. Thank you very much for setting time to share more about relationships, datings, marriages. We have learned a lot. I've personally learned a lot, especially your part, gentlemen. So guys, my name is Mwavali Derrick. This has been the King's Lounge. It's the edition where we say Converse with Mwavali edition of the King's Lounge. Till we meet again, see you next week.